Hello everyone, and welcome to Meaningful Living, your go-to spot for gardening tips, tricks, and creative ideas to make your outdoor spaces as vibrant and welcoming as can be. Whether you're a seasoned gardener with a long history of tending your flowers or just getting started, I'm so glad you've joined me today. Now, we all know that gardening can be a wonderful, fulfilling hobby, but let's face it, creating a beautiful garden doesn't have to break the bank. Especially in our later years, it's often less about the plants themselves and more about making our gardens feel like extensions of ourselves, our stories, our memories, and that peaceful retreat we cultivate. And guess what? It's easier than you think. Today, I'm going to share some incredible DIY upcycled garden decor ideas using yard sale and flea market finds right here in our communities. These projects are budget-friendly, fun to do, and give new life to old items you might already have tucked away in your closets or garages. So, if you're ready to add some charm to your outdoor space without spending a fortune, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay with me till the end. You won't want to miss these amazing transformations. Let's jump right in. Alright, let's dive right in and talk about how we can easily give your garden a fresh, vibrant look without spending much. We all know how important it is to create a space where we can relax, reflect, and enjoy the beauty of nature. And for those of us who've been gardening for years, it's all about making that space feel like home, something that reflects who we are and the peace we've found in nurturing life. So, let's take a look at some simple, budget-friendly ways to brighten up your outdoor space using finds from those neighborhood yard sales and local flea markets. Idea number 1. Upscaled terracotta pots, coloring your world. Terracotta pots are a common find at flea markets and yard sales, and they're often sold for just pennies on the dollar compared to new ones. Now, I know they might look a little plain or weathered when you first spot them, but trust me, with just a bit of paint and a little creativity, you can transform them into beautiful statement pieces for your garden. Start by choosing some colors that speak to you. Think soft greens, calming blues, or even cheerful yellows to add a pop of sunshine. You can experiment with bold geometric patterns or even create soft gradient effects that blend seamlessly with the natural hues of your plants. I find that grouping the pots in odd numbers, like 3 or 5, creates a balanced and visually appealing focal point in your garden. What's great about this project is that it's simple enough for anyone to do, and the best part is, you don't need to be an artist. Just have fun with it and let the colors and patterns guide you. Whether you're adding succulents, herbs, or your favorite flowers, these painted pots will not only add color but will also give your garden a personal touch. Plus, it's a wonderful way to repurpose items that might have just been gathering dust. Idea number 2. Picture frame planters. Frame your garden's beauty. If you have old picture frames lying around, you're in luck. These forgotten treasures can be transformed into beautiful planters or trellises with just a few simple steps. The best part? This project is perfect for anyone, whether you have years of gardening experience or are just starting out. To begin, find a picture frame that speaks to you. Once you have your frame, simply remove the backing and glass. Next, attach some chicken wire to the back of the frame. This will act as the perfect support system for climbing plants like ivy, morning glories, or even peas. Now comes the fun part. Hang your newly transformed frame on a fence or wall in your garden. The plants will naturally grow through the wire, creating a stunning living art piece that adds texture and dimension to your garden space. Over time, as the plants grow and climb, the frame will fill with lush greenery, making it feel like you've added a piece of nature right into your artwork. This idea is so simple, and yet it gives your garden a sophisticated touch, creating a unique and charming focal point. Plus, it's a great way to maximize your space, especially if you're working with a smaller yard. The best part? It costs next to nothing, and you're reusing items that would otherwise be tossed away. Idea number 3. Fairy garden. Bring whimsy to your backyard. Do you remember playing with tiny figurines or creating little worlds when you were younger? Well, now you can bring that magic into your garden with a fairy garden. Thrift stores are a gold mine for miniature treasures, from delicate figurines to dollhouse furniture. You can easily transform these finds into a charming, whimsical space right in your own backyard. Start by searching for small treasures, maybe a tiny fairy figurine, a little wooden bench, or even a dainty teacup. Arrange these items among your plants, and suddenly your garden becomes a magical realm. You can add pebbles for pathways, moss for that extra greenery, and even small decorative items like tiny benches, bridges, or lanterns to create a scene right out of a fairy tale. This is an especially great project for those of us who love gardening but maybe don't have the space for a big elaborate garden. A fairy garden works perfectly in smaller spaces, and it's an absolute joy to watch it come together. Plus, it's a wonderful way to connect with grandchildren or neighbors. They'll love visiting your little enchanted world. Idea number 4. Wire shopping cart herb garden. Practical and playful. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A shopping cart in the garden? Well, it's actually a brilliant way to create a portable herb garden that's both practical and playful. If you happen to have an old wire shopping cart gathering dust in your garage, it can easily be transformed into a lovely herb garden. Start by lining the shopping cart with burlap or landscape fabric to keep the soil in place. Then fill it with good quality soil and plant your favorite herbs: rosemary, thyme, basil. All those wonderful herbs that not only smell amazing but also add a burst of flavor to your meals. What I love most about this project is its versatility. This mobile herb garden can be moved around your yard to chase the sun or brought closer to your kitchen for easy access when cooking. It's perfect for people like us who may not want to bend over too much to tend to plants. You can simply roll it to where you need it, making gardening easier and more enjoyable. This upcycled cart adds a touch of charm to your garden while keeping things practical, and let's not forget, it's a great way to reuse an item that might otherwise have gone to the landfill. Idea number 5. Vintage bread boxes as bird feeders. Rustic charm. If you have a vintage bread box tucked away in your attic or garage, you might not realize it, but it could be the perfect item to upcycle into a bird feeder. These bread boxes are often made of wood or metal, giving them a rustic vintage appeal that can add character to any garden. To turn your bread box into a bird feeder, start by adding a plexiglass panel to the front to allow the birds to easily see and access the food. You might need to make a few minor modifications, like cutting small holes or adding a perch for the birds to land on. Then mount the bread box on a sturdy post or hang it from a tree branch and fill it with bird seed. Not only does this project give new life to an old, forgotten item, but it also brings delightful visitors right to your garden. The sight and sound of birds enjoying the food you provide adds a peaceful, calming element to your outdoor space. Plus, it's a great way to connect with nature, especially if you live in an area where wildlife is abundant. This rustic bird feeder adds a touch of nostalgia, and it's such a simple way to make your garden feel even more alive. It's the perfect project if you love spending time outdoors watching the world around you. Idea number 6. Mirrors for shady corners. Create illusions of space. We all have those shady spots in our gardens, right? Places where the sunlight doesn't quite reach, making it hard to grow plants or enjoy the space. But with a little creativity, we can turn those areas into something truly special. Thrift stores are full of mirrors that can work wonders in brightening up these dark corners. Start by finding a mirror that fits your space. You can even choose a mirror with a vintage or ornate frame to add a bit of character. Once you have your mirror, paint the frame with a garden-friendly color. Soft greens, whites, or even warm earth tones work well, but feel free to pick something that matches the style of your garden. Next, hang the mirror on a fence or wall where it can reflect your plants and the sky. Mirrors create the illusion of more space and reflect the beauty of your greenery, making your garden feel larger and more vibrant. Plus, they add a whimsical touch that makes your outdoor space feel like a little piece of magic. This idea is especially useful for gardens that don't get much natural light. It's a simple, low-cost way to brighten up a dark corner and make your garden feel more inviting. Idea number 7. Tin can wind chimes, a musical touch. If you have old tin cans lying around, don't throw them away just yet. They can be transformed into charming wind chimes that add a soft musical element to your garden. This project is simple, but the results are delightful, and it's perfect for us gardeners who appreciate a little creative touch. Start by gathering a few tin cans. These can be any size or shape, but I recommend mixing and matching to create a fun, unique look. Once you have your cans, it's time to give them a new life with some paint. Choose vibrant, cheerful colors that complement your garden's color scheme. You can even add designs or patterns for a personal touch. Next, use string, fishing line, or wire to hang the cans together. Add beads, bells, or bits of metal between the cans for extra texture and sound. When the wind blows, the cans will gently clink together, creating a peaceful, melodic sound that fills your garden with a calm atmosphere. This is such a lovely project, especially if you enjoy spending time outside, enjoying the quiet moments. The best part? You can create your own wind chimes for free or at very little cost, making it a perfect upcycling project that's both fun and functional. Idea number 8. Wooden pallet garden bench, eco-friendly comfort. If you've ever had mismatched chairs or even an old wooden pallet hanging around, then you're in luck. With just a little time and effort, you can transform these humble items into a charming, eco-friendly garden bench. Start by taking an old pallet and attaching mismatched chairs to either side. Don't worry if the chairs don't match perfectly. In fact, that's part of the charm. The beauty of this project is its relaxed, eclectic style. You want the bench to feel comfortable and inviting, so add some cushions or a weatherproof throw for extra coziness. Once it's all put together, you've got yourself a lovely spot to enjoy a cup of tea, read a book, or simply sit and watch the birds in your garden. This upcycled project not only saves you money but also adds a personal touch to your outdoor space, making it feel more like home. It's perfect for small gardens or patios where you may not have space for large furniture, and let's not forget, this is an environmentally friendly way to reuse old items that might otherwise end up in a landfill. It's practical, charming, and best of all, it's a spot you'll love to spend time in. Idea number 9. Mason jar lanterns, magical evening glow. Mason jars are such a versatile item, and they're often found in thrift stores for just a few dollars. With a bit of creativity, these jars can be turned into beautiful lanterns that light up your garden in the most magical way. It's a simple project that will have a big impact on the ambience of your outdoor space. Start by wrapping wire baskets or wire handles around the top of the mason jars. This will allow you to hang them easily from tree branches, hooks, or along pathways. Next, place a candle or an LED light inside the jar. I recommend using LED lights if you want something low maintenance and long-lasting, but candles work beautifully for creating a warm, flickering glow. Once you've set up your lanterns, hang them in strategic spots around your garden, like along a garden path or dangling from tree branches. As the sun sets and daylight fades, the soft glow from the lanterns will illuminate your garden, guiding you and your guests through your space. It's perfect for evening strolls, outdoor dinners, or simply enjoying the tranquil atmosphere as you relax in your backyard. The best part? This project is not only easy but also budget-friendly. You can make multiple lanterns for very little cost, and each one adds a touch of whimsy to your garden. It's a beautiful way to repurpose mason jars and create a stunning light display without spending a fortune. Idea number 10. Birdcages as planters, floating greenery. Vintage bird cages aren't just for birds, they can be transformed into stunning hanging planters that bring a touch of magic to your garden. If you happen to come across a bird cage at a thrift store, don't pass it by. These cages are perfect for creating a unique planter that adds height, texture, and color to your garden. To get started, grab a bird cage and add a coconut liner or some moss to the bottom. This will help retain moisture and keep the soil in place. Once the base is ready, fill the birdcage with soil and plant cascading flowers or trailing vines. Plants like petunias, ivy, or even sweet potato vines work wonderfully in this kind of planter. The open design of the birdcage allows air and light to circulate freely, which helps the plants thrive. As the vines and flowers grow, they will spill out of the cage, creating a whimsical floating garden effect that's sure to catch the eye of anyone who visits your space. Hanging these birdcage planters from tree branches, pergolas, or hooks is an easy way to add a bit of vertical interest to your garden. It's especially perfect for small gardens where every inch of space counts. Plus, it's a wonderful way to give a second life to an item that may have been collecting dust in a corner somewhere. This project is not only easy but also incredibly rewarding. It brings a fresh, airy look to your garden and makes it feel even more enchanting. Idea number 11. Mosaic stepping stones. Personalize your path. We all love a garden that feels truly unique and reflects our personality. One simple way to do this is by creating your own mosaic stepping stones. Not only does this project give new life to old broken items, but it also adds a creative and colorful path through your garden. If you have broken plates, tiles, or even old mugs lying around, they can easily be repurposed into beautiful mosaic stepping stones. This project is a fantastic way to recycle and upcycle, turning something that would otherwise be tossed away into a beautiful and functional garden feature. Start by breaking your plates, tiles, or mugs into small shards. You can use a hammer to gently break them into pieces. Just be sure to wear safety gloves and glasses to protect yourself from any sharp edges. Once you have your pieces, you can arrange them on a concrete disc or stepping stone base. You can mix and match colors, shapes, and patterns to create a design that's truly one of a kind. As you place the pieces, feel free to experiment with different patterns, whether it's a random artistic layout or a more structured design. The great thing about this project is that each stepping stone becomes a mini piece of art, guiding your visitors through your garden and creating a personalized path that's full of character. Once the stones are laid out, you can grout the pieces together and leave them to set. The finished result will not only be functional but also a beautiful reflection of your creativity. These mosaic stepping stones will add charm and color to any garden, making each step a delight to take. Idea number 12. Repurpose chairs as plant trellises, cottage core charm. If you have any old chairs lying around, rather than discarding them, you can give them a second life by transforming them into beautiful plant trellises. This is a great way to add some structure and beauty to your garden while being eco-friendly and creative. If you have an old chair with a sturdy frame, it's perfect for turning into a plant trellis. The best part about this project is that it's not only practical but also adds a bit of romantic charm to your garden. Plus, it's a wonderful way to repurpose furniture that might otherwise be forgotten. Start by removing the seat of the chair, leaving the frame intact. Then simply secure the chair into the soil, ensuring that the backrest is positioned upright and stable. You can use the frame as a support for climbing flowers, vines, or even small vegetables like peas or cucumbers. As your plants grow, they'll naturally wind their way up the backrest, creating a whimsical cottage core effect. The rustic look of the old chair combined with the vibrant greenery adds both structure and softness to your garden. It's a lovely way to bring some vertical interest to your outdoor space, especially if you're working with limited ground area. This project not only adds a unique personal touch to your garden, but also provides a functional way to grow climbing plants. It's a great example of how a little creativity can transform something old and worn into a beautiful new feature for your garden. Idea number 13. Galvanized bucket fire pit, cozy outdoor gatherings. Let's continue with a project that's perfect for those cool evenings when you want to sit outside and enjoy the warmth of a fire. There's nothing quite like a cozy fire to bring people together, and the good news is, you can create your very own fire pit without spending a lot of money. If you have a galvanized metal bucket lying around, you can easily turn it into a charming fire pit for your garden. This is a fantastic project if you're looking for something compact and affordable, yet still functional and beautiful. It's perfect for those of us who enjoy outdoor gatherings but might not have a lot of space for a large fire pit. To start, grab your galvanized bucket and line the inside with fire bricks. This will protect the metal from the heat and ensure that the fire pit is safe to use. Once that's done, you can add firewood and light it up for a cozy and intimate setting. The warm glow of the fire will create a wonderful ambience, perfect for a quiet evening with family or friends. This upcycled fire pit project is ideal for small yards, patios, or even balconies where space is limited. It's also a great way to add a little rustic charm to your outdoor space without spending a fortune. Imagine sitting around your new fire pit, sipping a warm drink, and enjoying the peace of the evening. It's a perfect way to make the most of your outdoor space. Idea number 14. Vintage lanterns and glassware fairy light holders, soft garden lighting. Vintage lanterns are often found in thrift stores and can be a real treasure when it comes to upcycling. With just a few simple steps, you can repurpose them into beautiful hanging sconces that will provide soft, atmospheric lighting for your garden. It's a lovely way to add a touch of romance to your outdoor space, especially as the evening sets in. Start by mounting your vintage lanterns sideways onto wooden posts or along walls. If the lanterns don't already have a way to hang them, you can easily add a hook or use wire to secure them. Then, Add battery-powered candles inside the lanterns for a low-maintenance, long-lasting lighting solution. This allows you to enjoy the warm glow of candlelight without worrying about flame safety or replacing candles frequently. Once your lantern sconces are hung, they'll create a soft, inviting light that adds charm to your garden. These lanterns are perfect for lighting up a path, accentuating your favorite plants, or simply adding that magical touch to your outdoor gatherings. It's a simple yet effective way to enhance your garden's atmosphere, making it feel even more like an enchanting escape. Adding to this soft lighting theme, don't overlook old glassware like vases or jars that might be gathering dust. Here's a wonderful way to repurpose them and add a bit of elegance to your outdoor space. With just a few simple steps, you can turn those glass pieces into beautiful fairy light holders that will bring a soft, glowing effect to your garden. Start by selecting a few pieces of glassware. These can be vases, jars, or even old glass bottles, anything that can hold a light. Once you have your glassware, place fairy lights inside. I recommend using LED string lights for this project because they're easy to manage and provide a warm, steady glow. The lights will shine through the glass, creating a lovely soft light that adds a touch of magic to your garden. To create a visual impact, use different shapes and sizes of glassware. This will add texture and interest to your garden, making it feel even more special. You can place your glassware along pathways, near flower beds, or even hang them from tree branches or hooks to create a whimsical, glowing atmosphere. The beauty of this project is how simple it is, yet how much it enhances your garden's overall ambience. This upcycling idea is perfect for adding a bit of charm to your garden without breaking the bank. It's affordable, creative, and a beautiful way to make your garden shine in the evening. Idea number 15, Gallery Wall, Outdoor Art with Thrifted Frames. If you've ever stumbled upon a collection of mismatched picture frames at a thrift store, then you've got the perfect materials for this next project. By turning these frames into an outdoor art gallery, you can turn a dull, empty wall or fence into a vibrant expression of your style. This is an affordable and easy way to bring a bit of art into your garden. Start by selecting a few picture frames of different shapes and sizes. The beauty of this project is that the frames don't need to match perfectly. In fact, the more eclectic, the better. Remove the glass from the frames and replace it with something more suitable for the outdoors. You can display pressed flowers, botanical prints, or even leave the frames empty for a minimalist, open look. Once your frames are ready, hang them on a fence or a shed. By mixing and matching different frames, you'll create a stunning visual display that adds texture, color, and personality to your garden. Each frame will act as a window into your creativity, making your garden feel like an outdoor gallery. This project is perfect for any space, big or small. Whether you're looking to highlight your favorite plants or just add some flair to a blank wall, an outdoor art gallery made from thrifted frames is a simple way to enhance your garden. Idea number 16, Curated Garden Vignette, Storytelling with Thrift Store Items. Gardening isn't just about plants, it's about creating an environment that reflects who you are, your style, and your experiences. And one of the most delightful ways to do that is by creating a curated garden vignette with thrift store treasures. If you love the charm of vintage items, this project is for you. A garden vignette is essentially a curated display of different pieces that come together to tell a story. By mixing just a few thrifted items, such as a chair, ladder, stool, statue, and wheelbarrow, you can create a space that feels uniquely yours. Start by selecting your items. They don't need to match perfectly. In fact, the more varied they are, the better. A mismatched chair, a weathered ladder, an old stool, a whimsical statue, and even a rusty wheelbarrow can come together to form a beautiful, inviting vignette. The key is to arrange them thoughtfully in a corner of your garden or along a path. The beauty of this patchwork style is that it adds texture, personality, and charm to your outdoor space. Each item has its own story, and when placed together, they create a cohesive atmosphere that feels inviting and full of character. The vignette becomes a visual narrative, capturing the essence of your garden while creating a cozy spot to sit, reflect, or simply enjoy the view. This project is perfect for creating a focal point in your garden, especially if you want to use upcycled items to add a personal, eco-friendly touch to your space. And remember, there are no rules. Have fun with it and let your creativity shine. Idea number 17. Tin Can Lanterns, Festive Garden Glow. Let's move on to a fun and festive project that will light up your garden with a beautiful glow. There's something about soft, flickering lights that make an outdoor space feel extra special, especially when the sun sets and the evening air starts to cool. If you've got some old tin cans lying around, don't throw them away just yet. These simple items can be transformed into charming lanterns that add a magical touch to your garden. Whether it's for a quiet evening on the porch or a lively outdoor gathering, these DIY lanterns will provide the perfect soft lighting. Start by collecting a few tin cans. You can choose any size or shape. Mixing and matching creates a unique, eclectic look. Using a hammer and nail, punch designs into the sides of the cans. You can create simple patterns or get more creative with stars, hearts, or even floral shapes. Once the designs are punched, it's time to add some color. Paint the cans in bright, cheerful hues that complement your garden style. Next, insert a candle or fairy lights inside each lantern. LED lights are a great option because they're low maintenance and long-lasting, but candles work wonderfully if you're looking for that warm, flickering glow. Once your lanterns are ready, hang them from tree branches, hooks, or even a pergola to create a festive, inviting atmosphere. As the light shines through the punched designs, it creates a soft, dappled glow that makes your garden feel magical. These lanterns are perfect for outdoor dinners, evening strolls, or just adding a little extra charm to your garden at night. They're simple, affordable, and sure to make your outdoor space shine. Idea number 18. Vintage Suitcase Shelving, Quirky Garden Storage. If you love vintage finds, this project is for you. Have you ever come across a stack of old suitcases at a thrift store? They might look like they've seen better days, but with a little creativity, they can be transformed into a unique shelving unit for your garden. It's an upcycled storage solution that adds character and function to your outdoor space. Start by stacking a few vintage suitcases on top of each other. The great thing about suitcases is that they come in various sizes, so you can create a vertical shelving unit that fits your space perfectly. To make them suitable for gardening, line the inside of each suitcase with plastic to hold soil and prevent any leakage. You can then use them to store gardening tools, hold pots, or display small plants. Not only does this shelving unit keep your garden essentials organized, but it also brings a little indoor style to your outdoor space. Whether you place it on your patio, porch, or in a cozy corner of your garden, the vintage suitcases will add a whimsical, charming touch that's both practical and decorative. It's perfect for those of us who appreciate a little quirkiness in our garden while staying organized. This project is simple, affordable, and a great way to repurpose items you might already have in your home. Plus, it gives your garden a unique personal flair that reflects your style. Idea number 19. Wooden Ladder Plant Stand, Vertical Greenery. Old wooden ladders can be found at most yard sales and flea markets, and believe it or not, they make perfect plant stands. If you have an old wooden ladder, don't be too quick to discard it. Its sturdy structure and tiered rungs make it an ideal solution for creating a vertical garden, especially if you're short on space. To transform a ladder into a plant stand, simply unfold it and position it securely in your desired spot in the garden. You can leave it in its natural state for a rustic look or paint it a color that complements your garden decor. Then, use the rungs as shelves to display potted flowers, herbs, or small vegetables. The varying heights of the rungs create an interesting visual effect, allowing you to showcase plants of different sizes and shapes. You can also hang small baskets or planters from the rungs to maximize your vertical space. This project not only adds more room for your favorite plants, but also becomes a unique decorative element in your garden. It's particularly useful for small patios, balconies, or any limited spaces where vertical gardening is a smart solution. Plus, an old wooden ladder adds a touch of vintage charm and rustic simplicity to your garden. Idea number 20. Old Tire Flower Pots, Vibrant Recycling. If you have old car tires lying around, don't rush to throw them away. They can become the foundation for vibrant and original flower pots that will add a unique touch to your garden. This project is a fantastic way to recycle unwanted items and add a pop of color to your outdoor space. Old tires can often be found for free or at a low cost at yard sales or auto repair shops. To turn a tire into a flower pot, start by washing it thoroughly. Then, you can let your creativity flow by painting the tire in any color or pattern you like. Bright hues, geometric shapes, or even floral designs. It's all up to your imagination. Once the paint is dry, place the tire in your desired location in the garden and fill it with soil. Now you can plant your favorite flowers, herbs, or even small vegetables. Flower pots made from old tires not only look original but are also quite durable and long-lasting. You can place one large pot as a centerpiece or create a composition with several tires of different sizes and colors. This project is a wonderful way to add individuality to your garden and contribute to environmental conservation by recycling waste. Idea number 21. Old tool garden sculptures, metal scrap art. If you have old, rusty garden tools that are no longer fit for use, don't discard them. Instead, you can transform them into unique garden sculptures that will add a touch of industrial charm and originality to your outdoor space. Old rakes, shovels, hoes, or even metal buckets found at flea markets can become the basis for interesting art objects. To create a garden sculpture, let your imagination run wild. You can weld or fasten different tools together, creating whimsical figures, abstract compositions, or even stylized representations of animals or plants. The rusty look of the metal will add a special vintage character to your sculptures. If you don't have welding skills, you can simply arrange the tools in interesting compositions, securing them to a wooden base or embedding them in the ground. Garden sculptures made from old tools will become an unusual accent in your garden and reflect your creativity and non-standard approach to decoration. Each such art object will be one of a kind and will attract the attention of your guests. So, as we wrap up our journey through the world of upcycled garden decor, I want to reiterate that creating a beautiful and inviting garden doesn't have to come with a hefty price tag. As we've seen today, by giving new life to old items found at yard sales and flea markets, we not only save money but also add a unique and personal touch to our outdoor spaces. From upscaled terracotta pots to charming fairy gardens, from practical wire shopping cart herb gardens to original old tool garden sculptures, each of these projects is not just a way to decorate your garden but also an opportunity to express your creativity and contribute to a more sustainable use of resources. Remember, the most important thing in gardening is to enjoy the process and create a space that brings you joy and peace. Don't be afraid to experiment, use your imagination, and bring your own ideas to life. And who knows, maybe the next treasure for your garden is just waiting for you at the next neighborhood yard sale. Thank you for joining me today on Meaningful Living. I wish you inspiration, creative success, and may your gardens always be blooming and welcoming. Don't forget to subscribe for more exciting ideas and tips. See you next time.